Alright everybody, it's Revolver84 here, and today I'm just going to talk to you about why I like the Battlegrounds, which are the new PvP areas brought to us on Elder Scrolls Online with the new Morrowind expansion. So I've been playing Battlegrounds for pretty much non-stop for the last 2 weeks or something now, I'd probably say. Didn't get us wrong, I'm still useless at PvP, but I am enjoying Battlegrounds. I thought I'd share with you me reasons why. First of all, it's an opportunity to evolve my PvP build in a short period of time. So I'm a tank, I'm a DK tank, which means I'm never good in PvP anyway. But also the problem with that is that in Cyrodiil it can go for quite some time before you actually engage in combat, and the combat happens so sporadically that I don't have time to stop and think and consider how I might want to amend my build. When the combat does take place, it's usually protracted out over a long siege, so it does give us an opportunity to evolve my build in a very short period of time as I quickly learn from my mistakes, because combat takes place so often and so quickly. Didn't get us wrong, there is IC, there is Imperial City, and I do enjoy playing Imperial City. Imperial City provides the ability to have PvP in a more quick sort of pace. It happens at a bit more frequent pace, and there isn't a lot of opportunity to hide or anything if you do come across an enemy player. But in IC you do also come across NPCs, and they can sort of pollute the experience. So sometimes you can be wrestling with a guy, and all of a sudden before you know it, you've got a shed load of Daedra all over you, and it's not really a fair fight for one reason or another. They're all up on your face and they're all up on the other guy's face, and it doesn't break down into a proper 1v1 fight or a 1vx fight. Another thing about it as well is that in IC, you tend to find that you tend to go around in large groups generally, and just dominate some areas of the map. In Morrowind's Battlegrounds, the groups are never bigger than 4 each, and often you have to split up into 2s, or 3s at the most, to go off and do certain objectives while perhaps one of you tries to hold the relic or whatever. So combat is a lot more manageable. It also gives you the opportunity to do 1vx's, so you can be yourself against 1 or 2 enemies, and it gives you a chance to see how your build builds up. Now don't get us wrong, if you're interested in doing PvP quickly over and over and over again, there is a way to do it. Dueling. Yeah, you can do dueling. Excellent, no problem at all. You can get together with a mate and say, mate, I really want to build me PvP build here. I want to figure out what I'm doing wrong, I want to figure out what I'm doing right, and I want to try a couple of things. Can we have a couple of hours where we're just dealing up with dueling? Excellent. One problem with that though. You're not beating everyone. You're evolving your build to beat that one person you're dueling with. Do you know what I mean? So you might evolve a build over that 2-hour period of time where you're constantly fighting that fella, and you're tweaking it and you're tweaking it, and you're getting your stats a bit better and whatever. All you're doing is you're amending your build to beat that one person. Take it into IC, take it into Cyrodiil, that build might be completely inappropriate. Imagine if you're dueling with someone who's a Sork, for example, and maybe they're a healer as well. The way you would fight them would be completely foreign to the way you would fight a really hardcore DPS, full decked out in full legendary medium armor. Do you know what I mean? The way would be completely different. So the advantage of Battlegrounds is that you really can experience quick combat relatively fast. Combat takes off pretty much straight away. You're engaged in PvP activity within 25 seconds of the game starting, against multiple different types of enemies, so it gives you a good scope as to how good your build holds up overall in a PvP environment. Battlegrounds also doesn't consider your CP, so ZeniMax has sort of given us a peek into their thinking here with Battlegrounds. They have completely removed your CP in the Battlegrounds place. Now your CP exists in IC, your CP exists in Cyrodiil for the majority of campaigns. There is one campaign where CP is not counted, but let's face facts, if you're going to do PvP, you want to play against the best players, and only the best players play in the CP campaigns. Not many people play in the non-CP campaigns because there isn't a lot of population there, and there isn't much point either. Advantage of that is that people are a bit more of a level playing field in terms of ability, so you can get someone who's literally straight in, bought Morrowind yesterday, ranked up to level 10, bang, they can get into Battlegrounds and they can fight you. will probably get their backsides handed to them, but they can bite you. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Downside of that is that it doesn't necessarily come down to skill or ability. It comes down to basically who can create the most damage, which usually 9 times out of 10 goes down to who's got the best gear. It's got nothing to do with skill. It's got nothing to do with ability. It's got nothing to do with the way you play. As long as you can do as much damage as possible in a shorter period of time, you'll win. Which nicely brings me to a problem with Battlegrounds. Now, because of the the battle spirit, where 50% of your shields are nerfed, your recovery is very, very slow across all your resources. Battlegrounds is basically decided by whoever can cause the most damage in the fastest period of time. Now that's all well and good. If you're a Stam DPS, excellent, you'll dominate the battlefield, no bother at all. If you're a tank, if you're a healer, you're screwed. My tank in particular is based around the use of physical resistance and shields. Now there's almost no point in using shields in Battlegrounds, there's none at all. Similarly as well, there's no point in using dots. Now my tank, for what little damage he does via dots. There's no point in using dots because another disadvantage of Battleground is that combat is over very fast. If you engage in combat with another person, that combat's over in about 6 seconds. Your dot doesn't have time to actually do any damage. Not really. Also as well, your proc doesn't have time to actually proc. A lot of your proc sets don't graft. I mean, alright for the ones that are like 50% chance or whatever, but for the ones that are like, like 6% chance when you get damaged or something, like you might do your proc, you almost never get your proc for your sets. So that is a disadvantage about Battlegrounds. The 3 modes available in Battlegrounds are Deathmatch, Capture the Relic, which is Capture the Flag, and Domination. Now they're alright, I can't think of any more game modes that can possibly fit into there. They're alright, but in truth I think the vast majority of people just want to chill each other, they just want to get in and do a deathmatch. The disadvantage of it is that so far, I don't know if it's because of what level I am or whatever, I've only got something called Grab the Bag. When I join the queue for Battlegrounds, it's Grab the Bag, which is just a random selection of one of them 3 games. I can't specifically say I want to play Deathmatch, I can't specifically say I want to play Capture the Flag, and if I do that ahead of time, my build would be built in a way to reflect that better. I'd be using things like Rapid Maneuver for more if I was using like Capture the Flag. I'd be using things like a more hardened physical resistance sort of tank build if I was to use like Domination or something. And Deathmatch would probably be a little bit more even across like medium armor. My point is that although the 3 modes are good, they should really be able to have the ability to choose them, which I find a bit frustrating. The map size, yeah, it's alright. There are 3 distinct maps, but they're all quite generic. I mean, alright, they're distinct in the terms of flora and fauna, but they're all, for sense of purposes, are just big circles. They're just big circles where you run around and attack each other in. There is lava in one of them is a bit of a feature. But in reality there isn't a lot going on. What they should have done is maybe took a serial sort of approach where maybe they broke the map up with bits and pieces of things. Maybe it's like a bit of, I don't know, broken temple here or a bit of ruin there or whatever. Just something to break up the generic blandness of the maps. They've obviously done it to try and even combat out so no one group has advantage. The thing is, you spawn in a random position anyway, one of 3 positions anyway, and you can't specify what team you play for, so it doesn't matter, you have just as much chance of landing one as another, so it makes no difference whatsoever. They might as well have done it. So I hope you found that entertaining. That was my little rant about Battlegrounds. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching. I've peaked over 100 subscribers recently, so I'm quite over the moon with that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks very much for watching. All the best.